just opinions, so don't take it personally. Just because we don't like it, you can still be happy. Enjoy what you like, you're an adult. Yeah. BWN Productions, masks, plus props, and custom work. If you want a monster name, contact BWN Productions. Fast custom shirts, hundreds of t-shirts, all at reasonable prices. If you need custom work, contact Fast Custom Shirts. Grab a cold one and get ready for the show. It's intended for mature audiences because we kid and joke. Boy God is here and so is Tom and Joe.
I don't know how I did it last time to where we just appear, but I'll figure that out again one of these days.
It's a learning process. We just barely started this, podcast thing, so new to the game, you could say.
Damn.
But hey, Tom, it's baseball season. You like baseball?
I think baseball season's about to wrap up pretty soon there, Joe.
All right, well, I mean, because you got a strike, buddy.
I had to go to school the other day, Joe. I was a goddamn schooler, they called me as I walked to the bus stop with my backpack over one shoulder. They said, "Hey, you fat fucking schooler, what are you doing? Going to school?" Lowered my head. Yeah.
So, yeah, we had a review pulled from the old YouTubes for copyright violation, which is strange as there was no copyright violation at all. This was for a documentary that we both watched. It was about Hellboy, Mike Mignola specifically, about him. But, it's about Hellboy because if you just, made it about his work that he did on Alpha Flight, nobody's going to watch that shit, right?
And I mean, if you did a documentary just on Mike Mignola, you wouldn't be able to interview all the stars and be in their presence, you see.
Yeah. So anyway, this was odd to me when Tom told me because I gave it a favorable review. I thought, hey, I liked it, So it was strange, very strange. And then Tom tells me, "Yo, it's the guy that puts on this show, this comic convention." And I started thinking, "Oh, wait a minute! I had a run-in with this individual, and I'm not certain that he would remember this. I don't give a fuck if he does or not, or if that was the impetus for this strike we got, this allegation of copyright infringement." But
That's fucking like every time when you just say it, it's just like, this is the video. What you're looking at right here.
Yeah.
We don't pop shit up and
no, we
you know
don't.
what I'm saying? What was the violation? The whole video.
Right.
What?
Yeah, very odd, and it's very odd that YouTube doesn't have a way to review it, and to make a judgment call on that.
You had the option is here's the guy's email. You reach out to him, see if you guys can work something out. Yeah, because he seems like a reasonable gentleman.
Yeah.
Let me just reach out to this guy who copywrote a video with 4 views that was up for, I don't know, 2-3 hours.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Again, this was the video, just us talking, nothing was added.
And like I said, those of you that listen to the live, it was a favorable review. I liked it a lot more than Tom did. Tom, didn't say anything disparaging about it. He was just said what he felt. He's thought, it's the talking heads. And Tom watches a lot of
Talking head documentary.
a lot of documentaries like that. He watches a lot of special features, and when you do that, it's just like, hey, it's the same shit over and over, and you get sick of seeing it. You get sick of seeing the same faces and the same people saying the same shit. Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, Tom, maybe about 10 years ago, close to a decade, I'd say, I was at Comics Palooza, and that's a comic convention that's held in Houston. And I wasn't there, like I didn't buy a table. I had a buddy that wrote comics. Ironically, this guy has had Mr. Mike Mignola do covers for his work too, so that's interesting. It's a cool tie-in there, man. This shit could have been an extra feature. But anyway, the way Comics Palooza did it is they used to have their show on Memorial Day, so they would stretch it. It would be a 4-day show, and that's a long fucking time for any comic convention. So my buddy just said, hey, I've got a table there, but I don't want to do the whole weekend. He goes, I'll do Friday, and if you want to meet me late Saturday, then you can have the table Sunday and Monday, and we'll just sit up Saturday evening. So, all right, yeah, that's cool. I got some friends that are going to be there. Tom was going to be there, some other people I knew, and I'm a comic book guy. I don't like comic book people, but I like to get my shit signed. I like to buy original art. So, that's what I do. So, I learned fairly quickly that my stuff doesn't resonate with comic book convention goers. These obscure horror movies and stuff, they don't know what the fuck it is. So they're just kind of looking at me, and I'm like, I realize pretty quick I'm not going to make any money. That's fine. But at one point, this guy walks up. And he's holding flyers, and he's handing me a flyer. He said, hey, I just want to, tell you, give you a flyer for my show. Maybe you'd want to set up. And he looks at my stuff and kind of stops himself. And he says, oh, you know what? I've got way too many T-shirt vendors already. You're just not a good fit. I said, yeah, okay. How about fuck you and fuck your show? And he just looked at me kind of aghast, and just kind of walked off as he's looking at me. I was a different person at that time, Tom. I was a very angry individual.
I mean, that's a very natural reaction to have when someone just came up and was a complete fuckface to you.
Yeah, I'd probably still say the same thing now, but now I don't, it's like I would say that just kind of in passing. Back then, I would have said it with the intent of like, hey, say something back, and let's take this towards violence. Yeah. But yeah, it was what he did. I felt was insulting. Now, does this have anything to do with our thing getting pulled? Maybe. I don't know. I didn't remember the incident until you brought up who the individual was, and it's like, oh, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, I enjoyed that documentary, but I went back on the streaming service that I watched it on and put on there that I did not like it.
Yeah, the video was up really for a handful of hours. It premiered when the sun was up, and it was taken down when the sun was up. When you upload a video, there's a whole final process before it goes up that checks for copyright violations. Like there's a whole so it's like, all right, video's uploading. All right, video's processing. All right, now hold on. We gotta look this thing over to make sure everything's good and there's no copyright issues. And then it'll say, all good. And then you can post it. So this thing was up a mere few hours, had 4 views on it. So the only thing I can think of is this dude has notifications for his movie uh hashtag or titles that just go off every morning or whenever to let him know, hey, this was mentioned. Hey, this was mentioned, because he had to have watched it to take it down. So he was one of those 4 people.
Yeah. And and I've said this on this show many times that independent filmmakers, they are the most sensitive of all the artist types. And I know a lot of artist types. I know a lot of writers, artists. It runs the fucking gamut. But the filmmakers, they'll be the ones that are constantly looking, review on my movie, they'll look for that. They will be the ones that respond to people on IMDb or fucking Amazon reviews or things like that. That they actively seek that shit out. And if somebody doesn't like their stuff, which if you're making an independent thing, most likely the majority of people that watch it aren't going to like it. You got to have thicker skin. You really do. I mean, come the fuck on.
And I mean, I've been guilty of that shit. I was like, oh, hey, this guy said my shit sucks. Well, hey, fuck you. How about that? But I mean, as you get older, you get separated. You're just like, yeah, it's just not for everybody.
Right.
It's just at this level of filmmaking, even though this guy's documentary was much higher than my shit, it's like we talked with Rob about, it's like a personal thing because you're doing this all yourself and you have like your friends and your family and they're helping you. So to you, it's not just a movie, it's this piece of you that you're putting out there. But you got to realize you're putting that fucking shit out there for people to watch, and not everybody is your fucking friends and family.
Yeah, not everybody's gonna like, oh man, they did such hard work, they spent so much. No, it's the final product that people are gonna look at. They cannot give a shit about any of that, you know.
Like, it's great if, like, we bring it up when we see it. Oh, you can tell they were having a good time and, they were having fun doing it. So God bless them for that. But I mean, that can only take you so far.
Yeah.
But yeah, uh it's I know, people, from my heart, I know when we say, "Oh, fuck this movie," something silly to try and make some jagoff out there laugh, it feels like a personal attack against your movie. It isn't. If we were gonna personally attack you, we would say, "Hey, you, this fuckface." It would be something like that, not just, "Oh, your movie, not very good, kinda sucks." That's not a personal attack on you. That's just what was felt about the finished product, the movie. And not everybody is going to feel the same way. My whole life, I've had vastly different opinions on movies from most people. So I know how it is. What? You're fucking dumb. I can't believe it. Everybody likes different shit. What the fuck can I tell you? It's
I dislike a lot of shit, and I think I've explained it because I watch a lot of shit.
yeah, it's a lot crazier to me if you like the majority of the shit that you see than you don't, because there's so many different kinds of movies and so many different varying levels. Like if you just gush about everything you've seen, well, you just like lit up pictures that move. That's all that is. Throw a little sound on there and whoo, gosh darn it, 5 stars. So, I mean, everybody's different. You know, we're not going to like everything, and it's not a personal attack. And if it is, you will definitely know. So probably, say, hey, this is a personal attack.
I don't think we've ever really done that. Maybe once or twice. I don't know.
I
Uh,
did it once, and I felt bad and took the video down, which I also brought up to Rob. So not to say that fucking I just, but hey, I brought it up. I let him know, hey, I thought this shit fucking stunk, and
but if I think a movie is shit, I'm gonna say it. It's like, why review something if you're not gonna tell people? Like people need to be warned about
they
stuff.
need to be warned. They need to hear my opinion.
Well, I mean, life is short, man. They don't.
Life is short. They need to hear what I have to say.
Well, they don't need to watch a 2-hour independent movie that sucks. But we'll get to that.
Yeah, they might like it though. So
They might, yeah. And I think we've been trying to be better about that. By not prefacing but ending this. Hey, but y'all might like it.
yeah, I mean, I really don't know you. Go fucking watch it if you like. Like, if you hate everything that I like and I say it sucks, this is a great podcast for you to find some fucking movies.
There's a lot of stuff really popular that I despise. So what you're looking at different views here. And yeah, it's not like we have a big reach anyway.
Yeah, we have about what we should have for what this is. Um, yeah, just independent filmmakers. If we don't like your movie, it's okay. If we like your movie, it's okay. We're just fucking two dudes who opinions mean nothing. This is just, hey, we watched a movie. Buy a mask, buy a shirt. That's what this is. So it's okay. Don't take it to heart. I know all this time and effort with your friends and family were put into it, but
Yeah. And I guess if your feelings are hurt by what we say, yeah, there's plenty of other people that'll kiss your ass, and possibly lie to you. But I'm not going to.
and this is crazy. We have to say shit like this when this really all came about because of a dude who had Guillermo del Toro and Ron Perlman in his movie. It's fucking crazy, Joe.
Mm.
It's fucking crazy.
And that other guy that has no place in the documentary.
Oh, General Patton.
Yes, that one. Yeah.
Yes. The Jeopardy champion.
Yeah.
But
Lee
yeah,
Oswald. Yeah.
but just crazy fucking shit. And then I had to go to YouTube copyright school, which is, hey, watch this Happy Tree Friends video and then answer 3 questions. This is what I get for watching a Hellboy documentary. I got to sit through this shit. I'll tell you this, kids today don't know how lucky they are. They can just open their phone and look up the answers to any questions they want.
Mm-hmm.
Just have to read the first couple words to make sure the questions lining up with the right answer. Yeah.
Yep.
Just let the video play, I guess. I'll go cook an egg or something. But yeah, fucking crazy. The Hellboy documentary, didn't like it.
Yeah, you know what? Me neither. I still liked it. You know, I still enjoyed it. You know, that's the fucking craziest thing.
Nah, ever since I watched it, I just kept backing up into doorknobs and shit left and right. And
I'm not gonna recommend it though. No, I recommend that you not watch it, or maybe I recommend that you order it from Amazon, leave a bad review, and return it. Because Amazon's not gonna take that shit down.
and they'll, you know, get anything returned to them. They don't give a fuck. Watch the thing and then return it. They don't care. Yeah, here's what it is. Fucking just weird. Just weird. I was like, oh wow. Dude was that affected by you know, an okay score. I think I gave it a 7 on Letterbox. It's crazy. Oh, those sons of bitches. How dare they?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
2025.
Well, Joe, I didn't have a lot of time to watch movies this week.
That's a shame.
But that's because, Joe, I watched every episode of season 1 of the hit television series Monsters. Have you heard of this?
I have. Tom.
You ever seen it?
Yes, and I remember maybe 2 episodes.
Yeah, I know I saw this before, and I remembered one episode, but we'll get to that shit. So I was flipping through Tubi. I was like, oh, all right, they got monsters. That's cool. I can put that on in the background while I'm doing something. I just ended up watching them and watching the next one and watching the next one. Joe, this is going to be very controversial, you see. But I had a much better time watching these than I did Tales from the Crypt. There was maybe we'll get to it, 3 episodes that I didn't really care for, but the rest was, oh yeah. Yeah, okay.
So this was at a time when they were still doing what, 24 or 28 season or 28 episode seasons.
That's correct, Joe. I watched all 24 episodes of Monsters. So I guess this spun out of Tales from the Dark Side. It didn't have Romero or anything involved. It was just the other half of Laurel Pictures or Richard Rubenstein, whatever the fuck. Rubenstein's Monster.
Television group.
So this is pretty much just your monster of the week. What monster we gonna get this week? Oh my god. Little bit of blood, little bit of gore, not a whole lot, not a whole lot of swearing, no nudity or anything like that. So a much more restrained show than Tales from the Crypt, we can say. But yeah, I had it was all right. It was all right watching them, but you know, I like monster movies and shit, Joe. So let's see if I can remember every single episode of season 1. I have the list in front of me,
Well, hold on,
and
Tom. Let
all
me ask.
right.
What do you do with a drunken sailor? You shave his belly with a rusty razor. Was that one of the episodes?
I don't think so, Tim.
Like the drunk dad that was I don't know.
If it wasn't in season 1, and you just made this all really uncomfortable.
All right then.
I hate Joe. Spoiler alert. I ordered the DVDs because the other 2 weren't streaming. So we'll see. We'll see. I just thought this was better. Let's just knock out every episode at once instead of doing those stupid fucking reviews by myself. So, Joe, we have every episode. All right. The pilot, episode 1, The Fever Man. This is an old-timey one. Oh, where everybody talks like this, governor. So they're dressed like old-timey dickheads. Some mansion gets a knock on the door. Old lady answers. A couple of guys are out there. One's holding a kid and says, "Oh, my kid's sick. Can he see? Oh, my kid's sick. Can he see the fever man?" He does. Turns out this fever man has a magical cursed necklace that it makes him pull the sickness out of people, and they manifest themselves as big fat guys with prosthetic makeup on, and then the fever man has to wrestle them to death. Ooh, the fever man. It was all right. It was all right. I was watching. I was like, "Wow, look at that fucking fat monster jiggle." I bet they use, this suit. And I was like, "Hey, Tom, you know what the fuck they did? They just got a big fat guy and glued latex to his tits." Dick Smith, he gets like a makeup consulting credit on the whole series. And I think this is one of the only ones that he actually did the makeup for. So what else he did, I don't know. This doesn't really come off like Dick Smith shit. But so that one was all right. So far, 1 for 1.
Shit.
And then Holly's House, Joe. This one is about the making of a television show for children. And Holly is this like 3-4 foot animatronic doll that's hooked up to a lady who is wearing like gizmos and shit that makes the thing move. Really ahead of its time technology. Anyways, the doll thing comes to life, or is she a fucking nut? Find out in Holly's House. It had a creepy dream-like look to it, and everything looked kind of creepy, but it was whatever. Didn't love it, didn't hate it, but it was whatever. And then, Joe, we have New York Honey. This one takes place in an apartment building, and this piece of shit fuck neighbor upstairs is blaring music at all hours of the night. It turns out this some bitch has a jungle grow in his apartment. Why? Because bees like it that way, and bees make honey. And he says, "Listen, you fuck, I'll give you this honey if you leave me alone." And he says, "Why do I want this fucking honey?" And he says, "Because it'll make your dick plump, and all the bitches will want to suck it." So he takes all the honey and goes back upstairs and gives some to his wife. And they start doing some fucking and sucking. And then he runs out of honey and goes back down. And now there's a lady in this apartment jungle. Long story short, Joe, this lady seduces this guy. And you know what she turns into, Joe?
A bee lady?
Not a bee lady, but a bee girl. The last 30 seconds or so of this is pretty fucking great. There's like a stop motion part where the bee monster flies away with the guy. It is excellent quality and should be seen to be believed.
Flies away where? Out of the apartment?
Yeah, just out of the window and just kind of straight up. It's great. If I wasn't mortally terrified of copyright strikes, I would put the video up right now. Joe?
Oh, what did Tom do there? Oh, he's back.
Uh-oh.
He's back. It's been
I'm
a little,
back, but you are not, Joe.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here, Tom.
Yep, your camera is not there. Let me see what's going on. Yeah. See if you can get access to your camera again.
Yeah, well, I'm back on. I think you're on a lag or some shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see you at all.
Yeah, I'm here.
Let's go to the video and see what it looks like.
Hey, Tom, how's it going? FGP, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I just don't see it at all.
Oh.
And damn, remember that time I was talking about monsters?
Well, I don't know. You got 21 more episodes to get through.
Maybe. I don't even know how this is going out over there. Yeah, you are not on, Joe.
Well, I see me.
It is just, I mean, I don't see you. It's just me and a blank screen. Can you see that?
No. Yo, FGP, can you see me?
No, I'm looking at the YouTube fucking thing.
Shadow Joe. Well, fuck, I don't know what to do.
Go to your camera. Is there like a little camera icon at the bottom?
On.
You take him away. Let me add him. That did nothing.
Well, I saw the thing pop up. The deal.
Yeah, I took you away, then added you back, and it still did nothing. Yes, former Ghost President is saying you are not there.
Huh.
So do you see a camera logo at the bottom of your screen?
Yeah.
Click it.
Yeah.
What happens? Hey, Joe's back. Kinda. What the fuck?
I just put that's the back camera. Here's the front camera.
Hey, Joe's back. I can't believe it. Joe, I thought you were going to miss all the fun we were having talking about the next episode of Monsters, The Vampire Hunter. This one, Joe, it's about a vampire hunter, but he's been doing it a long time and he's about to retire. Unfortunately, he's fucking the guy who's going to take over for him. He's a stupid bitch. He said, "Don't do this job. It's too dangerous." He does the job, and it was too dangerous. The monster in this one is a very questionable vampire. Didn't care for this one, Joe. But I don't really like vampire movies, especially old-timey bullshit. So this one, fuck it in the ass. Next up, My Zombie Lover. This was like a parody of 1980s comedies. Not comedies, but a sitcom. So situational comedies. And it's a family. And on this day, every year, the dead rise from their grave. And it's up to the good citizens to put them back in there. But the son, he's one of these bleeding heart types who thinks zombies have rights too, you see. And the daughter, she's just, she just wants to stay home and do her fucking homework. So she does.
But the dead just want to vote.
It was a homecoming, Joe. So there's a knock at the door, and it's a love from her past trying to rekindle a flame. But he's a zombie. This one was very corny, and it was meant to be because it's spoofing fucking sitcoms. It was all right. It was all right. Not all the humor worked for me, but I get what they were going for, and it was all right, Joe. A lot better than that fucking vampire one. Tell you that. This next one, Where's the Rest of Me? Starring professional stage fall offer Meatloaf. You know him, Joe? So in this one, Meatloaf is a scientist in some war-torn country, probably France, and he's getting the bodies of all these French revolutionaries, I guess, and he's like taking kneecaps and eyelids and shit and giving them to these rich people who need it. So he brings these rich people and says, "See, this is how I'm doing it. Do you want to invest in my company?" And they say, "Sure." But then this guy comes back looking for his parts. Who has my penis? Woo! Find out in the hit motion picture based on a television series that's really a television series, Monsters.
He just wanted to vote.
He just wanted to vote. This one, better than that episode of Masters of Horror, Joe. Next one is The Legacy. Joe, keep your hat on for this one. In this one, a Stephen King goes to Lon Chaney's house because he wants to find out how he was able to be such a good actor. And while at Lon Chaney's house, he finds Lon Chaney's haunted makeup kit. Woo! And he was able to do it because he had to make up his mind. Ooh! It was all
Oh,
right for what
Lon
it was.
John Chaney.
Long John Silver's Jr. He was the Wolfman, you know.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, this one was all right. Dumb as fuck.
And the
And
Hunchback.
Joe, there is a hunchback makeup in this one. It turns out we're the monsters, Joe.
Oh, yes. Oh,
The next one is called Sleeping Dragons. This was one of my favorites that I watched. And this is pretty much just a low budget monster movie. They bring a dinosaur, frozen dinosaur man into their seclude. It's the Thing with a shitty dinosaur man monster. And in the end, they open up a window and the fucking monster goes by it and it dies. The head got cold and fell over. This one was pretty good. If you like low budget monster movies, this is a very stereotypical one that you'll probably like. The monster looks cool but goofy. There's a little bit of kills in it, and it ends so fucking dumb. You'll say, "Man, I'm glad that that wasn't an hour and 30 minutes and it was just this 20-minute thing that I could enjoy." And I did. Sleeping Dragons, good shit, but not the best one. No, no, no. And then we have Joe Pool Sharks. In this one, oh, it's a dive bar of a dump. And then this shadowy stranger walks in And he goes up to the lady playing pool. I challenge you to pool because I know you is a vampire who killed my fucking brother. And then he beats her. Didn't much care for it. It was okay. I just don't really like vampire shit. Not gonna say that. Joe. And then I watched Pool Sharks, starring your boy, Mary Wazorvanarkov. And she's always good in everything she's in, I think. And this one is about a bed who eats people. It turns out there's a fridge that eats people too, Joe.
A deathbed, you could say.
Fuck! You could. The death refrigerator. This one, pretty good. One of my top 5 out of all 180 that I watched this week. And then, Joe, we have Rouse Him Not. And this, all of these are like about fucking writers. This is like the third one that's about a writer. So this bitch moves into a house. Turns out it's haunted. A fucking guy shows up and says, I was drawn to this house for some reason. It's to fight the evil that lives in the basement. And he does, because he's an angel or some shit. It was all right. The monster looked pretty cool. For the most part, all the monsters looked like these look pretty cool for this fucking just syndicated TV show.
Well, you would hope so, given the title of the fucking show.
Yeah, but you would hope so.
Yeah.
And then, Joe, we have Fool's Gold. In this one, some minors or fucking legal aged adults, I don't know. They're fucking breaking down walls and fucking looking for some shit. And they get through a wall and find gold. But there's a little gremlin troll, not a leprechaun, but some kind of little gremlin or troll protecting it. And it don't want nobody to have its gold. Bigora! Again, the monster looked pretty fucking cool for what it was, and it was an okay little episode, Joe. So far, besides the vampire ones, and not even no, that one, the vampire hunter, really sucked a dick because Pool Sharks one was okay, but so far there's only been one that I thought really sucked a dick, and we're 900 in. So 48,000 more to go. Joe, and then we have the best episode of season 1, maybe the best episode of the whole series. This is the only one I remember, and it is called Glim Glim. Have you ever heard of this one or seen it?
Yeah, that's the monkey from Speed Racer.
That's the monkey from Speed Racer. So Armageddon happens, Joe. Everybody's dying, and there's an alien that comes to Earth called Glim Glim. And he's hiding out in the library, but there's 3 survivors in the basement of this library. A little girl and 2 male adults. Not a good sign.
Oh, no.
So it turns out like old Glim Glim, he's trying to find a cure for this deadly pathogen that's wiping out humanity. If he can just get some of these people's blood, he can make an antidote and save the world. And of course, the little girl finds all this out and helps him. But parents just don't understand, Joe. So they shoot this motherfucker in the neck, shoot him in the chest, shoot him in the belly. He dies. And as he falls to the ground, he releases a note from his hand that says, Merry Christmas. I seen this before, but I still laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed. Fucking terrific. You go with the girl, she's setting up a Christmas tree. Oh, I just wanted to Glim to see. Hey, where is Glim? And then Christmas music starts playing. Fucking awesome. Best episode ever. Like I said, I seen this shit before and I just laughed and laughed. They shot that fucker and he just falls over. It's so dumb. More relevant today than when it was made, Joe, because you might not know this. We're the monsters.
Hmm.
We're the monsters. And then we have Parents from Space. In this one, some old fucks adopt a little girl because, they just want her to be her slave. And rat monsters from space come down and inhabit the parents' bodies. And then the parents die and everything works out for everybody. Those fucking rat monsters looked really fucking cool. And this is another one of the fucking silly, corny ones. There's a few of those where they're just trying to be funny. And this was one of them. And then we have the mother instinct. In this one, dude just beats the fuck out of his wife. She's just bruise laden, and the mother knows. And the mother's in a wheelchair, and you think there's nothing she can do. Fuck you. She's been drinking Amazonian worm cum. So she just pops out of that fucking thing like a jack in the box, punches this guy and his fucking cocksucker, and says, listen, my girl. I got these worms and they'll make you rich, but I don't want you to be with this guy no more. So, of course, this fucking abuse victim goes back and says, my mama's got these worms. Please don't hit me no more and we could be rich. And the mom says, you dirty bitch. I knew you were going to tell him. And then the giant worm comes out and eats him. Oh my God. And they all live happily ever after, except for him from selling all this worm cum. Pretty good, Joe. Pretty good. And then we have Their Divided Self, which this was one of the worst ones of the season. I'm gonna say the Vampire Hunter was the worst one, but I mean this didn't really even have a monster in it unless you want to say Siamese twins are monsters. And then I know a couple young ladies who aren't going to take too kindly to that, and you should apologize for it to producers of monsters. But I think one of the guys is Lenny or Squiggy or something. I'm not even sure which one's which.
Michael,
Maybe. No, not him. That's the guy from Spinal Tap.
yeah,
Not him. I think it might be the guy who talks like this.
yeah, that's the other guy.
Yeah, so him and some other fruit, they're connected to each other. And I think at the end they're still connected to each other. Tales from the Crypt did this one a lot better with the dude from Son of a Beach. Watch that episode of Tales from the Crypt instead of fucking this one because it stunk and I didn't like it. And then we have Taps, Joe. This is about not a husband and wife, just a man and a woman dance team. They're taking the dance entertainment world on stage by storm. But the lady, she gets offers from Hollywood. So she kills the guy, makes it in Hollywood, and then comes back a year later, and this fucking guy from the calf down, his legs still hopping around, and then attaches to her, and she becomes him, kind of. Ooh, this one wasn't that good either. Ooh. That fucking stupid foot hopping around looked pretty funny, though. Not enough to watch it, but it looked pretty funny. And then, Joe, the match game. Oh my goblin. This had Ashley Lawrence, Tori Spelling, some other fuck. And this one was pretty good. You go in a creepy house and you tell a story about the haunted murderer fuck who lives in the house before the match goes out, or you'll get fucked to death by the haunted murderer who lives in the house. The makeup for the haunted murderer who lives in the house was fucking pretty good. It's another one where it's just like, man, I'm glad this was just 20 minutes and not blown out to fucking feature length. It was a good, solid horror movie condensed into fucking 20 minutes. So if you like classic 80s spooktacular frights in a haunted house, check this one out. It was pretty good. Joe, next one is called The Rain Dance. It's about engines. So, a white guy, a white treasure hunter, is ripping off all these native people. And this one lady, she brings a statue in that has to weigh, uh, let's just say, 1,000 pounds. She kind of, brings it in there with ease. And this statue comes to life and turns people to sand. Ooh! The monster looked really fucking cool. This is great. If you like monsters, most of the monsters are pretty cool. Though there's like a couple that are just like, oh, suck my wiener. Like the vampires and shit. But for the most part, when they're actually trying to make a monster and it's not just us, it's pretty good.
They must have seen the movie How to Make a Monster.
Joe, they must have lived the movie How to Make a Monster because that's what they did every week and brought it into our homes. Fuck. All through the magic of television. Joe! This next one, it has our boy in it, Billy Drago. Can't get enough of his acting. Fuck. Oh, you win this round, Billy. I'm sorry for mocking you. So, in this one, there's a succubus. Woo! It was all right. I can't get into Billy Drago's acting. I'm sorry, I just can't. It was all right. Joe, All in a Day's Work, starring Drew Carey's friend Oswald's mother, Adrienne Barbeau. And in this one, she's a witch. There's other movies where she doesn't have her shirt on. I would say watch those instead. And then, Joe, Satan in the Suburbs. This is another funny one. It's about a writer. Can you believe it? So, a devil, not the devil, but a devil pops up in this lady's home and says, "Hey, I won a football bet with the actual devil. So you're going to write my memoirs." And in the end, he turns into an angel and they all live happily. Don't smile at that. And they all live happily ever after. Oh, and then, Joe, mannequins of horror. You know what this episode is missing?
Mannequins?
That's correct. Because it's about a crazy guy who sculpts little clay men with little clay penises in a mental asylum. And they come to life and kill people. There's the very end the one of the little clay penis men that's coming to life, a lady takes it and mushes his face, and then you go back, and then the guy's face is all mangled and mushed, which was a lot gorier than you would expect from this show, but it was all right. It was art, so they were able to show those clay penises, you see. So before we get to this last one, I had a question for you, Joe.
Okay.
Do you know what La Stegra means?
Listegra. No, isn't that one of those diet pills?
No, but it sounds Mexican or something.
No.
Well, anyways, in this episode called La Stegra, Linda Blair stars in it as La Stegra, and she's a witch. Can you believe it? Mios Dios.
Listrega?
There you go.
Yeah, that's Italian.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. All right. Well, I don't think she's Italian either.
Hmm.
Oh, I would say watch Savage Streets instead. So, out of the 24, man, that the mom in this one did not come off as a WAP bitch. She definitely came off as some kind of Spanish. That's why I didn't even think of that shit. But yeah, there were maybe 4 or 5 that I didn't really care for. But all in all, I liked a lot more of these 24 episodes and say the first 24 episodes of Tales from the Crypt. So are any of these as good as the best episodes of Tales from the Crypt? Probably not. I mean, Glim Glim maybe, but put Glim Glim up against the ventriloquist dummy, I'm going to have to give it to the ventriloquist dummy just because Glim Glim's a great thing to fucking laugh at. And it's kind of like apples and oranges. But yeah, I didn't expect to spend all week actually sitting down and watching every fucking episode, but I did. I talked about it for a good 35 minutes.
Well, I'm glad you found yourself again, Tom.
Had to go home, learn a new hold, find my smile. So yeah, we'll see when that fucking DVD set comes in. But
Tomorrow.
Glim tomorrow maybe. I would definitely put that on your yearly Christmas fucking watch list because when he gets
Broadcast Live has another Christmas episode. I'll watch it.
Glim commentary track. You say hello, and then old bootleg reviews it for the fucking amount of the thing, and we're still going 10 minutes of black screen. Oh, shout out to old bootleg. I hope you're doing all right out there, buddy. And Joe, just because I'm on a roll and I'd like to shut up and drink a couple of these beers, I'm going to talk about a movie I watched, if you don't mind. Something we both watched about 10 months ago, Joe. And that is Tom Savini's Night of the Living Dead. This time in steelbook form and unrated. So, ever since I've seen this movie decades ago, I've heard, oh, there's a Savini cut out there. It's not really the movie he wanted to make. And then you watch other interviews and shit, and then he says the same thing. So, this still isn't the Savini cut. Like, there was shit he wanted to do that wasn't able to be shot. Like, he wanted like a POV shot of a bullet going through a head, and it seemed like there was just, some artsy stuff he wanted to throw in there. And old Menachem from, Canon, him and George Romero were producing this one. They said, stick closer to the original, you fuck. So he did. So what's different about this new uncensored version? Uh the first 5 minutes is in black and white. And when the zombie jumps out, the first zombie jumps out and attacks fucking Patty, then it goes into fucking color. And from what I've heard, not just on these special features, but from Tom Savini, because Tom Savini high, you have a Tom Savini orientation, which is just, Tom Savini 2 days talking about Tom Savini, and then he'll sign stuff for you, because that's what college is. So, anyways, it's he's like, oh yeah, I wanted it to start out. Oh yeah, so I wanted it to start out in black and white. And then as she gets to the house, it slowly gets colorized. But this is just, it's black and white. Now it's color. So that's not really what he was going for. But in the commentary track, he's just like, oh, yeah, it's good. It works like that. So is it? I don't know. Other than that, a couple headshots, you see a little bit more blood shoot out. There's a head explosion where it's just the classic Tom Savini. I'm going to actually shoot a shotgun at a fake head, and that's how we're going to do that. So that looked fucking awesome. And then just a couple small effect shots here and there. Maybe a truck full of bodies, and maybe the zombies pulling old Tommy out of the truck when it's on fire and eating his barbecued body. But there's like not all this extra gore loaded with all these new scenes and shit. Besides that first 5 minutes of being black and white, it's kind of minimal, and this didn't make me like the movie any more or any less. Whenever I decide to watch this movie again, I guess in another 10 months, I'll go with the unrated version just because it has that extra gore and shit in it. But this isn't like, oh, wow, I can't believe it's. Besides that first 5 minutes, the colors, it's pretty much like every other unrated edition you get where it's just like, now with 7 more seconds of gore. So, I mean, that's it. It's not really the long lost Savini cut because that shit was never shot, and the color doesn't fade in for longer. But this is probably the best we're going to get. And, for him, I don't want to say bitching about it because this was, the movie he wanted to try and make or whatever. But for all his stuff, I mean, unrated version was finally put out there 35 years later. So it's there if you like it. Is it the dirty cut of dirty work? No. But that's a miracle in itself that shit was released. So if you're a fan of Night of the Living Dead, check this one out. I think this shit's fucking sold out. I could be wrong, but I think this shit sold out quick. But
Good.
hopefully the unrated cut will be available elsewhere for people who want to see it. Just don't expect it to blow your mind and be like a whole new experience, because not really. As for the special features, there's a 20-minute interview with Tom Savini. It was good. It's like guy always comes off likable. Like he's like, oh yeah, like listen to this guy talk and it's interesting. And you see him and it's just like, what the the commentary, it's him, Michael Felcher from Red Shirt Pictures. They always do good commentary tracks. And again, comes off as likable. And then you hear all these stories from people at conventions and shit. Weird shit. I guess he just has to be comfortable with you, Joe. Uh, there's a Patricia Tallman interview, Bill Moseley interview. Didn't listen to those. Maybe in my younger days I would have, but there's John Vulich and Everett Barrell interview. That's ported over from the Umbrella release. I think all the stuff from the Umbrella release is on this one. I watched that again just because I like all the effects guys, and John Vulich fan, resting in power, my king. But yeah, all the other stuff is on this one. Definitive. It comes with a 4K release. So if you get this, there's no reason for you to ever have to buy this movie again. I think this is the fourth time I bought this one, and hopefully it will be the last. But we talked about the movie before. There's the review. If not, I liked it. Not as good as I remember, but I still like it. And
Yeah.
the ending to this one can't hold a candle to the original. But now I can't wait to sit back, drink some fucking beer, and listen to what you watch, Joe.
No, I didn't watch anything, Tom.
Fuck yeah, you like cartoons?
Let's watch. Okay, Tom. I watched from our good friends over at Wild Eye. I watched this movie called The Slayers. Look at that. Look at that. You can tell when somebody wears a hat like that, vampires fucking beware.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Did they pronounce it the Slayers, or maybe did they have a little accent that
They pronounce it Slayers. Yeah, this is a United Kingdom feature, and it's directed by John Williams, who did the score for Superman and Star Wars and things like that. So this movie's about, we start out at a death cult, one of these suicide cults that, hey, there is a meteor coming towards the Earth according to their cult religion, lore, whatever. And they're just all going to drink some poison Kool-Aid or some other kind of drink. Doesn't specifically have to be Kool-Aid if that's copyrighted. Just to end it now, because they're a death cult, and they do, everybody's taken, except for two guys decide, hey, wait a minute, I mean, this meteor is coming in 2 weeks. Let's go do some shit. Let's go do some bucket list shit. And it kind of makes it out to where, like, they don't know shit about shit, but they make a lot of, like, pulp culture references. So they do know shit about shit, right? But anyway, that's just a pet peeve. That's another thing with independent filmmakers is they love their fucking pop culture. Okay, and they'll use it anytime, to try to get a laugh. They go do some, bucket list shit like fishing and I don't know, whatever. They're driving around and they go to Scotland. They decide to drive through Scotland because that's on their bucket list too. And they pick up a guy that's hitchhiking. Well, they don't. They kind of just like blow him off. He's hitchhiking. They fucking pass by and like yell some stupid shit. But then their car breaks down and he catches up to them, fixes their car. They give him a ride. And they stop at a convenience store and he's like, I don't know, blood sucking, Tom. He's blood sucking on the convenience store guy. And they see it, hey, this guy's a vampire or whatever. They follow him to his little vampire cave after they drop him off. And he's killed, Tom, by a Slayer, a guy with a Slayer hat. Not Slayer the band. He's not wearing the whole logo thing. He's just got that hat. And he takes these two guys under his wing to teach them how to be slayers. Tom, slayers of the undead. And, well, the movie is just them slaying and stuff, learning the tricks of the trade. and it's supposed to be a comedy, because these guys are like, they don't know much about society or anything, and it's not very funny. It's not very good, but man, it's a lot better. It's shot a whole lot better than I'm used to seeing from a lot of independent films. The acting is a lot better. The story's about the same. Not good, and the comedy is not good. But there was one scene that made me crack up. When they meet the Slayer, he introduces himself, tells them his name, and they just start giggling at his name. I thought that shit's funny because that's just kind of a shitty thing you do when somebody introduces themselves. Oh shit, really? Your parents named you that? It's kind of like being insulting towards them. Which not cool to be insulting towards people, but sometimes it's funny, especially in an independent film such as this one, Tom. I can't recommend this movie, but Live something whatever says Slayer is pure fun, a real beast, Tom. And then what's this shit? Decay Mag. You heard of Decay Mag, Tom?
No, I haven't.
They say it oozes with great-looking indie special effects that exceeds my expectations. Indie special effects, Tom. So there's a difference there. And you know what? The special effects were okay. They're like, yeah, that's not too bad. And then they fuck it up with some real shitty CGI effects. So there's a balance of the two. Overall, the Slayers, not too bad, but it is long. What the fuck is this? Like 104 minutes. It's another mistake that indie filmmakers do is they're so proud of everything they shot. They don't want to clip any of it. Oh fuck no, we can't. That's too good. It's too good, mate. We gotta leave it in the film. They left all this shit in.
So I watched about 5 minutes of this one, and I said, this seems like it'll be all right. I'm going to turn it off, and then I'll sit down and watch this one later. And then I looked at the back and saw the runtime and threw it in with an order. The first 5 minutes are all right. Everybody kills himself, unalives themselves, and then they're just looking at each other. Oi, mate, you want to go on a road trip? Yeah, all right. Then they do.
That sounds good, mate.
Yep. So there's my review.
All right. Tom, I watched another movie. And this is from a company that when you throw on their DVDs, they have a little thing, their logo pops up, or half of the logo pops up, and then the other one, it goes, Mondo Macabro. Mondo Macabro. That pops up.
And you know what you can't do? You can't fast forward or skip it.
Mm-mm. And this movie is called Panic Beasts, Tom. Look at that shit. This chick's panicking right there because there's a snake. And you know what? Yeah, that's in the fucking movie. This is a film by Paul Naschy, Tom. Very famous, especially amongst the Mondo Macabro crowd. So here's the deal, man. Like, I put this in the old PlayStation to watch, and like it wouldn't read it. I was like, what the fuck's going on here? So I eject it, and look, what the hell is this? This is a condom on it, Tom. You ever seen these things? It's to protect. Yeah. So I took that shit off, put it back on the old PlayStation, and it read the shit properly. Yeah, so I guess these disc condoms came out in the 90s or early 2000s or something, you know.
I grabbed a couple I have so we could see live if these have them on. I've never seen that shit before in my life. I thought like the disc was falling apart at first.
You know, I don't know if it had it on there or if I lent it to somebody to put it on there or what, you know. Because I had this movie for a long, long time, way back when I lived in Corpus.
Those red disc ones, like there's something special about them where they're like limited editions. Like you can't just go buy a red case.
Well, yeah, well.
Is that a DVD or a Blu-ray?
This DVD. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I had this one for a long time before Blu-rays, or Blu-rays were just coming out.
No, this one didn't have one.
All right. Yeah, it's the weirdest shit. But I went ahead and put it back on there, I guess, if you know, because I will be selling this one. All right, this is about a guy. His wife is she's got a heart condition, Tom. She's sick, and well, his wife, you know, he's a businessman, but you know, the money that he got started with was his wife's. You know, she's the one with all the money, and well, fuck it, you know, let's take her to my old estate. You know, we'll go stay over there so she can be out in the country, you know, and live a life of easiness. But the thing is, Tom, this old estate was once owned by a knight, an evil knight that killed his wife, you know, because she was a whore. And yeah, this guy just did all kinds of evil shit and was into witchcraft and everything. And that's all documented in the movie that came before this, which I think is called Horror Rises from the Tomb. So this is a sequel, but you don't need to have watched that movie to get this, because I fucking didn't. And there's a scene at the beginning of that evil knight killing his wife. You know, she's running around all naked, and he's just like chasing after her on a horse. But I guess it's a real fucking slow horse, you know, because it takes him a while to catch up to her. But, you know, he like fucking hits her with one of them mace things, you know, the fucking ball on a chain that, you know, I don't know. Anyway, he takes her to this place, and there's an old lady there at the estate, and she's, you know, the caretaker, the maid, what have you, and her niece is helping her out. You know, her niece has been a little bit of trouble, and she's gonna help her out there and be a maid for a while. And well, shit, Tom, strange stuff starts happening in this estate. Like this lady, she starts to see snakes here and there, you know, just like on the cover. Oh, like that snake. I'm panicking, you know, my heart is beating. I'm having panic beats. And then, Tom, she's seeing the knight. The actual knight is out there. And fuck it, you know, after a while, things just, you know, it's crazy shit, and she dies. You know, just one panic beat too many, and she's out of there. Well, wouldn't you know it, Tom? The husband and that new young maid, they plotted it out. They wanted to get her inheritance, and they're gonna get married now, Tom, too. But the aunt, that older maid, she knows something's up with these fuckers, so they got to kill her now too. All right, that's cool. Now they're living easy, but this young girl that he married, she's hooked up with some other dude, and she wants to kill her new husband and get the money for herself. And goddamn, she does, Tom. She kills him, and then fuck, you know, she's living free. All right, you know, but wouldn't you know it, the ghost of the night really shows up this time, Tom. It is the real ghost and not somebody just dressed up in armor. Oh shit, now she's dead. The end. Yeah, this was not good. This it's got some pretty good gore effects, I guess for the time and for Spain or wherever the fuck they made this, Italy. But you can figure out what's going. As soon as they say, "Yeah, it's her money. She's got a heart condition." Yeah, of course they're trying to fucking kill her, scare her to death, or whatever. And this is just a ripped off plot from that fucking that Scooby Doo episode with that ghost night. You remember that one, Tom? Yeah.
I do.
But it wasn't a ghost. It was just a guy in fucking like some luminescent shit on some armor. If you've seen that episode of Scooby-Doo, you're going to figure this shit out really quick because it's the same fucking plot, just with a little more blood and less teenagers. Yeah, I don't... Disappeared and I disappeared. Oh, we're back. I don't get why this Nashi guy is such a cult figure, because I don't...
You're not back, Joe.
I don't dig it. Now, I don't know. Now, Tom, I can't hear you.
Well, you're not back.
Who the fuck knows what's going on?
Hey, Joe.
But that's the wild cinema for you. The old Mondo Macabro. Yeah.
Hey, Joe, can you hear me now? Hey, Joe, can you hear me now?
I can't hear you, Tom.
Try your microphone.
I can't hear you, Tom.
Hit your microphone button.
I can't see what that shit says. It's backwards. Microphone. I turned it off and turned it back on.
How about now? What about the speaker?
Now it's on.
You can hear me?
I'll tell you what, I'm just going to leave.
Well, hopefully he comes back. Because if not, I don't know who the fuck's going to talk about Amazing Spider-Man. Probably me. But, I didn't read Web of or Astonishing or Team Up, whatever other tie-ins are going on. However, an amazing... Oh, Joe's back. Hopefully he can talk about it. And Joe's back as a black screen. Oh, now he's back. I wonder if he can hear me or not. But he's having...
I can't hear you, Tom. You may want to turn off your microphone and turn it back on again or something.
Can everybody else out there hear me? Oh, yeah. I'm definitely good on my end, Joe.
Nope, this is fucked.
Old former ghost president, let me know if I'm still good on the old talking part. Joe, can you hear me yet? Yeah, it's wild. Usually Joe's connection is all right, but he's been having Tom levels of difficulty this week.
Can't hear
which
shit.
Is something else, and I'm really not sure, but you know what? While Joe fiddles around and tries to get the audio working. All right, so former ghost president says he can hear me. Oh, Joe sent a private chat. All right, now I'm going to have a private chat with Joe. Joe, can you hear me now? Oh, he left. I just opened the doors. I knew this was going to be a great episode. It's turning out. Damn. It says fucking PJ on the screen. That stands for Tijuana Joe. So, old former
Well, I
ghost
can't hear
president.
Tom. That's the thing. And I'm thinking it's his connection.
It is definitely not my connection. I'm wired in.
I don't know.
So,
I mean, I can't hear shit, but
Mr.
we spent an hour going through the fucking episodes of whatever. So, yeah.
Monsters. So, former ghost president, you seem
All
like
right.
you've
Well,
been tuning in.
I'm about to get out of here then.
So, former ghost president, you've been watching the whole time, or most of it. Has Joe's connection been fucked up, or have you been noticing my connection has been fucked up? Because the same kind of shit has been happening that usually happens when my connection's fucked up, but I can't really tell, but seems like it's on Joe's end. However, might be back. I doubt it. So let's talk about Spider-Man. I guess we'll knock it out of the way. What was it? 267. In this one, Spider-Man goes to the suburbs. Another classic that proves why Spider-Man is the greatest hero of not just our generation, but all generations spanning decades and decades and decades. Well, it sucks that Joe's not here to talk about this final movie, especially because it's one that he picked. All right, hold on. Excuse me, Toasty. All right. So my connection was good the whole time. How was Joe's? Was Joe coming in all right, or was he kind of choppy? Because he seemed kind of choppy or pee through the whole fucking episode. But anyways, the hit motion picture fix. Well, this kind of no disrespect to Joe, but let's just make this a little more pleasant to the eyes. Whoop. Maybe bring it over this way. Nope, wrong way, dick face. All right, so fixed. This is a Netflix release, so you know it's gonna be good. This is an animated movie by old Jendi Tredakovsky, or however you want to say it. It sounds like a sneeze. Either way, he's the dude who did Dexter's Laboratory and Samurai Jack. I like Dexter's Lab, Samurai Jack, not so much. Basically, this one is about a dog who finds out that he's going to get his balls cut off. He's going to get fixed, like the name of the movie. So, that's it. The dog doesn't want to get his nuts chopped off, so it runs away. His pack from the neighborhood finds him and says, "Hey, let's have one more night on the town before you get your balls cut off." And in the end, he finds true love. Ah, glad this movie was made so they were able somebody wanted to make this movie, but in the end, it's just being crude and having cartoons swear and hey, look, balls in buttholes. It's not really clever. There's no real joke, setup, punchline. It's just oh, dogs fucking, you want to lick my balls? Oh, it's just it doesn't work. All the just the novelty of cartoon swearing, we're past just that being a selling point. Sure, you got buttholes and balls too, but yeah, it just didn't work for me because that's really all that it fucking was. It seemed unfinished. It seemed unfinished or very cheap. Just something felt off about the whole thing. Um, the animation didn't really seem to line up with the voices. Ah, it could have been the mouth movement animation wasn't great. I don't know. And then you had these close-up shots of stuff where everything just looked really rough. Woof, woof. Like it was a different style of animation altogether. It just looked fucking unfinished and pushed out there. Um, you wouldn't think this was headed by a dude who did much better things. And this came out of Sony. They did the Spider-Verse movies. Say whatever you want about them, but they looked all right. Yeah, I don't this is it's fine. I don't even know if it was fine. It wasn't for me. It was just a bunch of just cursing with nothing. And yeah, I don't know. I had one laugh when they got locked up in the pound, and one of the fucking dogs who was locked up, it was a fucking pregnant bitch. Ha ha, get it? That's funny. Who like all her tits were fucking, like sagging dog tits, and it was just something like, "Oh yeah, look at my titties." And it was just like gross Ren and Stimpy-esque veiny titties with fucking long shotgun nips and shit. So admittedly, I laughed at that. Had a couple smiles here and there, but yeah, all in all, just it's gonna be a no for me, dog. And in the tradition of Joe Garcia, I don't know what we're going to watch next week because I didn't have time to look through Tubi. But the final week of the T-Shirt Joe Memorial Gauntlet will be a Tubi movie, and I'm sure it will be excellent. I would have to guess that Fixed is going to be the worst one that we watch out of all four of these because Netflix tends to have the worst shit on it. How it's the most popular streaming service, I guess, because they were first or whatever. But Netflix has a lot of fucking hot garbage. So whatever. I'm I don't want to speak for Joe, but I'm sure he loved this movie and will probably be buying the 4K when it comes out. I'm glad he's not here so we didn't have to argue about it because, I don't want to say he finds the wrong things funny, but hey, if he loved this one, good for him and more power to him. So, everybody, thanks for checking this out and sticking with me, former Ghost President. I appreciate you. The Hordecast Live. Thank you. Thank you. And that was it. Thank you to the both of you. Excuse me, frog in my throat. DWN Productions, Masks, Bus, Props, Custom Work. Hey, this weekend, DWN officially turns 20. I've been doing this a little longer than 20 years, but it's fucking crazy to think that I've been officially doing this shit for 20 years. There will be a sale Friday through Sunday, 20% off. Not sure what the code will be, but look at the website or my social media, and maybe it will. No, I mean the code will be up. That'll probably be like DWN20. But yeah, this weekend 20% off of everything. Not guaranteeing it will be there by Halloween, but there is a good chance if you order during the sale that it will be there by Halloween. Yeah, there's some former Ghost president in the chat. It's say I can just do this. Toasty. And there's some R.L. Stein Pumpkinhead thing. I don't know if that's coming out in time. However, I will watch it in October. So I plan on doing just all horror movies in October because that is highly original and I am highly original. So all that shit told you about DWNProductions.net, the greatest shit you'll ever spend your money on. But Fast Custom Shirts, not that far behind. If you need custom shirts made, hit them up. If you don't, go to the website. There's hundreds of t-shirts, all at reasonable prices. So make sure to check that out. Again, shout out to the Hordecast Live and your and my former Ghost president for checking in this week. And until next time, hey, try and have a good fucking week out there. It's hard. I'm a miserable fuck myself, but I'm trying, and that's all we could do. So go out there and fucking try and be all right. Boy, God.
Thanks for checking out the show. We hope you dug it, baby. If so, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe and let us know down below. Support Tom and Joe by heading over to DWNProductions.net and FastCustomShirts.com. Until next